All right, this is my part 2, why brakes make noise. A lot of people commenting about my video I made a while back. Now, a couple things can make noise. This piece of metal, after your pad wears away, this piece of metal will hit. If you just put brand new brakes on and brand new rotors, you always want to check the wheel bearing. Make sure there's play in the wheel bearing. Also, make sure after you take this apart, these pins in here are well greased inside and they're moving back without no problem. Make sure your caliper presses in without no problem and is not locked on. So when you squeeze this back in, you leave the cap on top the brake fluid there off. This way you back bleed it. So as long as your rotor's on here and you make sure everything behind here, inside here is all nice and clean. The part inside here where it sits flush against here, against your bearing. So just like that, so that stays nice and firm right there. Make sure that's all nice and clean. And make sure all your pieces are greased in here too. So this way your brake pad can slide back and forth on these little edges right here. Otherwise, if you don't and the brake pad's on, it's gonna be like riding with your foot on the brakes. So just giving the people out there a little bit of a tip. You know, you do want to do an inspection on it. You want to do an inspection on your wheel bearing, make sure that's good. Again, with your caliper, make sure your caliper bracket, your pins move back and forth properly and they're well greased. Make sure everything's tight too. You know what I mean? Because if your wheel bearing's bad, it's going to allow your rotor to shift back and forth. And that's going to wear out your brakes faster. So this is just part 2 of why brakes make noise. Just to give you a better summary of what happens. So again, one more time, make sure these pins are greased up well. Make sure your caliper can press in. You don't have to open this bleeder. That you don't have to do. As long as you open that top over there, you back bleed it when you press it in. You use a little press, presses right in. And you see this rotor was warped and it wore the brake pads. I don't know if I can see it here. See these edges, how they wear up? That causes noise. Or that piece, this piece right here, when the brake pad wears out, that hits the rotor, causing a noise, just like this. That piece of metal will hit. Anyway, hope this helps somebody. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget,